A new banger.
It's Knucklehead Comics Tuesday. It's fucking Tuesday. We got Lay in the building. We got Cap in the building. Cabs can't make it tonight, but he's here in spirit. On Lay.
No, man, just chilling, brother, chilling.
What's up, Cap? How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Is that and the father goes shamefully? That's my son. And the other guy goes shamefully. Orion goes, that's my father. Choose fear and hate to run your life. Something you can't do. That was wrong with me from the beginning. I was doing it that way. I was gonna go down that path. I worried.
You thought it was Grayson?
Sorry, got hurt. It's like not him. Not him.
Crack his brain for somebody, anybody that can help, and remembers. Freeze.
The media.
No,
Randall
Savage.
You're Randall Savage. With his knowledge and all other shit and his capacity to learn.
Absolutely.
This is the only vegan I'll ever eat is grilled chicken wings, because that's like vegan to me. You know what I'm saying? Because the chicken wings are supposed to be fried, but you grill the chicken wings, you put it in some sauce, and give it some blue cheese.
Is vegan.
That's vegan. Like regular moo cow fuck milk, put it in some Honey Nut Cheerios, vegan, because Honey Nut Cheerios good for your heart. You know what I'm saying? Can I steal the question from Cabs?
I got it right. Look at this.
I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal.
You're too late.
Wow.
I stay loose, I stay hype, I stay loose, I stay hype, I stay loose, I stay hype. I could do this all night, cause I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like, yeah, I do what I like. Sipping goose, sip is right, and I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow, yeah, I go with the flow. Cause I know I'm the show. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. Yeah, they know I'm a pro. Let's go, let's go! Yeah! Let's go! Here I go, I get lit, I get hype for this shit! That's right.
Word. He be like, I got a left elbow and a right elbow. I can break your face with any elbow. Make sure that you get elbowed in your elbow with an elbow. Got the arm bar, get the phone ball, get around with the bomb with the bomb ball.
Daddy's gonna take you to Jersey Shore.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's fucking Tuesday night. You know what that means? We already starting off with some shit, but it's alright though. Fuck it. We live, baby.
But what happened now?
I forgot to update the name of the stream.
Of the cast?
Yeah, so
Fuck it, man. You know who he is. You know what we doing.
yeah.
We announced the shit yesterday. If you ain't watching all of the fucking streams, what's wrong with you?
Word. Fuck you and your expectations. But we out here though. We doing our thing. Shit, man. But yeah, yo, we back. I know we did this shit on the fly. You guys announced what you wanted to talk about yesterday. We got Ashoka episode 3, which I think was I told y'all last week. I was waiting. It was gonna ramp up, and it's starting to. You know.
Yeah, I definitely got some thoughts. I got some explanations for some shit, just in case people are confused.
Yep. We definitely got to hear all that stuff.
There's some theories going around, which, you know, the theories are going like way over my head on this shit. So you want to talk about pie in the sky? These motherfuckers opening up a bakery.
Shit. Well, yo, listen, it's crazy because every time I know I've come up with some crazy theories, but it seems like I do it because I just see where the show's going. But everybody comes up with crazy theories based on, oh shit, the wind was blowing left. We got Rakatana. Rakatana's coming. It's the greatest Jedi that ever exists. He was in one comics page, and the fucking guy, he pushed Yoda 3 inches to the left. He got him. The wind's left. He's left. Let's go. Then it's like, what? Sir, calm down.
Yeah, yeah, that's definitely how I feel some of these theories are going, because it's like, yo, if they had the balls to do what these theories are saying, cool. But I don't think there's the intent. So, you know what? Let's get into one of the theories before we even get into the show. Right? You know how the mural has the wolves, right? On one side there's the white wolf, on the other side there's the dark wolf.
Yeah.
Right? Uh, so there's a theory that Balin and Shinhati are wolves. They are the wolves, and that Mirak is a werewolf. And the whole thing stems from the fact that Balin Skull and Shinhati, Hati and Skull, are the actual names in Norse mythology for those two wolves. And the wolves, they chase the light and the dark. The white one chases the sun.
Yeah.
The dark one chases the moon. And Mirak is actually the name of one of King Arthur's knights, who his first wife betrayed him and literally turned him into the first werewolf. Right.
Okay.
So the theory is that the pie in the sky theory is that these motherfuckers are wolves, and that the witch Morgan has been fucking with them, or will fuck with them, and has changed them from wolves to humans, and Merak might be changed into a werewolf and all that shit. And I'm just watching these theories going, wow, how about we just do symbolism? We can't just do symbolism anymore.
I guess
Like,
not.
these guys are they're not the literal wolves, but they are in essence acting in the way that the wolves do. One side's chasing the light, the other side's chasing the dark. Merrick's not a werewolf, but he had somebody who he knew in his past who betrayed him and turned him into this fucking beast, this inquisitor dude. Like, it. How about symbolism of shit and not like the literal fucking meaning?
Yeah. Yeah. Like and the wolf shit is a part of what story? What lore? Like Greek,
Uh,
Norse mythology.
Norse mythology,
What does that?
like Viking, Thor, and all that shit.
What does that have to do with Star Wars?
Well, again, it's so two things. One, the wolves, like wolves, period, are Dave Filoni's favorite animal, so we threw it in. But the story of the wolves actually track with what the fuck Star Wars is, because like I said, one of them chases the light, which is the light side of the Force. The other one chases the dark, which is the dark side of the Force. And again, within symbolism, it makes perfect sense. And the fact that they're in the like, I think they're just pointing shit out, or they're putting things in there to help. Because I just recently saw an interview where a snippet of an interview where George Lucas was talking about Star Wars and the first one, and he was saying how the uh, the Millennium Falcon, right? How it did the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs, and talking about how parsecs is a measure of distance, not time. And he was saying that if you navigated in the universe, in the Star Wars universe, your navigation system would have to be so sophisticated that it has to get around stars and asteroids and other shit that's floating around in space. So you have to plot the quickest point, the straight line, the quickest point between the quickest line between 2 points, and that the Millennium Falcon had the most sophisticated navigation system ever, and that's what made it the fastest ship. Not that it was, not that it can get anywhere faster with speed. It can plot the fastest route while everybody else was dodging other shit. This didn't have to dodge much. But what caught me in the interview was he said, "Well, I guess we didn't expressly say that, so I could see how people got confused." But he was hoping that by the end of the movie they got it. Yep.
I mean, that makes sense that you have the best GPS in the fucking game. I don't know why I come back from a road trip and everything's fucking moved. But yeah, I mean, fuck it, we're gonna do this shit for now. But it makes sense why that would work.
Sorry, D&D call.
Yeah,
Boulder's Gate, I should say. Anyway.
I'm trying.
Yeah, but so he was saying how he thought people would have picked it up by watching the film, and I'm like, no, I didn't pick that shit up until years later because it doesn't make every other thing goes by how fast you can do a certain distance.
Yeah,
So parsecs, when you're like, oh, we did it in 12 parsecs, to me that seems like, oh, they got a measurement of time, not you did it in 12 steps when everybody else took 13 or 14 steps.
yeah, because you would think that parsec is the time which you travel through light speed.
Yeah,
You got miles
but
per
I
hour.
just found that shit funny.
Yeah, but I don't know. Hold up, let me see something real quick. You're gonna have to help me because it's pissing me off. I don't know how I come back to this shit. Everything's fucked up. Wait one more.
What am I looking at? Right there, you get both belts, and you.
That's it. I gotta move this over to the right, but I don't know. I don't know what the fuck. I set up
Bear
on.
with us, everybody. Technical difficulties as always. It wouldn't be us if it.
Yeah, if it wasn't.
That's what happens when you take 4 days to go on a road trip.
Yeah, you fucking talk the show for 3 days and everything is fucked up.
Right now, you're perfectly center,
But this shit.
but that second belt is slightly off, which I don't think is that big of a deal because you get to see what belt it is. You see the globe. You know it's the Attitude Era one.
Yeah.
If you said something, I didn't hear anything.
I said, go ahead, keep talking. I can hear you.
Oh, yeah. So the symbolism thing, like, I think it's too far to say that they're what do you call it, actual fucking wolves, but the symbolism makes perfect sense. And I've been watching a bunch of shit over the weekend, the holiday weekend, where symbolism played a huge part in things. And I think it just makes more sense to look at it in a grounded level as opposed to the pie in the sky theory because excuse me, if you start going too big in that direction, well then you're going to be disappointed when it turns out that, oh, he did it probably the way he should have. Yo, what's up, Loki? Glad to see you in here. We just talked about some pie in the sky theories that people have. Another one is who, before we even get into the review, we haven't even done that yet. We're just talking here as Toad's trying to figure out his situation. But hey, if anybody has any theories, who the fuck Mirok is, the Inquisitor dude, because it's going around town that it's. Some people think it's Ezra. Some people think it's Starkiller. Some people think I heard one thing that it might be the Grand Inquisitor, but that one's probably the least out of all of them, or it could just be some random dude. But if you guys have any If you guys seen the show and had any inklings of who it could be in the chat, put them in there, man. Let's see if we can try to figure shit out. I have heard that this episode is a good one, but the 5th episode blows the whole fucking shit out of the water.
Okay.
Like the next episode is gonna be the one where everything fucking, like the whole Star Wars shit changes apparently.
All right. I mean, tonight, well, they just premiered episode 4 while we're on live. They do this shit on purpose, these motherfuckers.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what happens. We talk shit about She-Hulk, so now they prevent us from watching this shit. Oh, you think it's Cal Kestis? That would be something. I haven't played the second game yet, so I don't know if that would make sense for from a storytelling standpoint. But fuck it, that'd be, if they can explain it, that'd be kind of cool. Dude, shit, we'll see. You know, it's funny because a lot of people were saying that like Dave Filoni's breaking canon with making, which is something I can explain, with making Sabine like trained like a Jedi and Force sensitive, and going to other galaxies. But something that was pointed out to me, because on the second note, I'll get into that in a second. But the whole galaxy thing, the ending, I believe was it A New Hope? No, the ending of Empire, when Luke's getting his hand fixed after getting it chopped off by Vader. They literally are looking outside of the window at another fucking galaxy. It's a different nebula that's just sitting right outside the window. So, I mean, the idea has been planted in there and is not too far fetched that other galaxies are out there and can be reached and, can be explored. What do you think? You got any thoughts on that?
The other galaxy? I mean, I think this would be a perfect way to start introducing other Jedi legends. Like all those people that they wanted, the guy that I wanted, the guy that he was a Jedi, then turned into the dark side, and then said, "Fuck it, he's his own thing." But his saber can draw people to the dark side. Or the guy that they wanted Keanu Reeves to play.
Oh, Raven?
Yeah, like because that would be dope. You go to another galaxy, all of them have the Force, but now it's it's a different group of people.
So here's a fucking theory. What if they go into that new galaxy where we can now introduce all these legends characters, and it's their version of the Force, but it is not explicitly our Force.
Huh?
Like, because theoretically, like realistically, Force is somewhat religious.
Yeah.
In nature, right? It has a few religious iconography parts to it. So what if, like either being Christian or Jewish or Muslim, like it's all representing essentially the same thing, just from different sides of the story. So they can have like badass fucking abilities that they've adapted and their shit, but it's still connected to the central force, which I can explain now if you want, or if you want me to wait for you to get your situation under control.
I'm about to get my situation under control right now, but go ahead. Start explaining. All right, so we're gonna explain what the Force is.
Yeah. All right. So there's been a few camps. One camp of people who are okay with Sabine being Force sensitive. One camp who's not okay with her being Force sensitive, and then the other camp who's just indifferent and just like whatever's happening is cool. So here's the deal with the Force, and this I did research, came across this channel, Star Wars Theory. He broke it down from what George Lucas actually said. Right? And George Lucas said that everybody has the Force in the Star Wars uniform, in Star Wars universe. Everybody is force sensitive. Every single person. Anakin, his mom, Waddle, Sabine, everybody is. Right?
Yeah.
Now, George Lucas made this akin to karate, with being able to be a Jedi. I'm going to explain it this way because I think this explanation is better. The Force is basketball. Everybody on Earth can learn to dribble, pass, shoot, rebound, defend. Right? And how hard you work and how dedicated you are to practicing those five, pieces of the five fundamental things of basketball is that's going to determine how good you are. All right. But now, I know some people who know the deal. They're asking, well, what the fuck are metachlorians then if everything has the force? Well, metachlorians, that's your true potential. Metachlorians are why no matter how hard you work, you're not beating Michael Jordan. You're not beating Larry Bird. You're not beating Kobe Bryant. You're not beating LeBron James. They have, in terms of the basketball of the force, they have high metachlorian counts that no matter how much you have within you, you're not going to surpass them. So if you look at in the metaphor of basketball, if you look at the NBA is the Jedi Order, all right?
Yeah.
Where the only people who make it into the NBA are the very select few that are deemed worthy enough.
Yeah.
Meaning their metachlorian counts have to be at least at the minimum level for them to accept as a Jedi. Which now we're saying Sabine doesn't have what do you call her connection to the Force isn't that high, so maybe her metachlorian count isn't that good, right?
Yeah.
But if she trains, she could still be good at basketball. How many people? Yo, you can go to Rucker Park right now and find motherfuckers who are fucking phenomenal at basketball. Would never play in the NBA though. So that's how Sabine can be force sensitive and trained in these ways. And even Ahsoka. Ahsoka said, I don't need her to be a Jedi. I just need her to be herself. So as I was hearing this explanation, I was like, that makes perfect fucking sense. The one thing I didn't agree with is they were saying, he was saying specifically that he doesn't want Sabine. So I agree with him in one half, but not the other half. The half I agree with him is he's like he thinks it'd be dumb if Sabine all of a sudden had force lightning and is pulling starships out the sky and all that. And I'm like, yeah, I think that's overkill. I agree with that. But he's saying that she has to be weaker than a Padawan, than a youngling. And I'm like, that I don't agree with. Because you have to give her something. If she's gonna realistically beat Shin when they inevitably have their rematch,
Yeah.
she's gonna either have to have some force ability to, at the very least, close her eyes, sense where Shin is, because she's either gonna get pulled into darkness or pulled in a situation where it's disadvantaged normally, and let the force come in so she could sense where to block. At least that. If not that, then they got to go back to what Kanan was teaching her and implementing more of her Mandalorian skills and tactics.
Yeah.
To throw Shin off.
They go.
Because Shin is young enough. I don't think she has enough. I don't think she's been around Mandalorians
Enough.
Yeah, if at all.
Well, the thing, they can always have her connected to Ezra, and he can like open up her force to find her.
Boost her up a little
Yeah,
bit.
they're trying to find him, and he connects to her, and it boosts it to find him. And now she has the force. It may not be the strongest shit in the world, but she has enough to hold herself.
Yeah.
Or like the dark saber fucking opened up some shit or something like that, and it's just it could have been that Kanan like maybe force blocked her because there's like too much at one time.
I think she force blocked herself. I think she blocked herself off. And I think one thing, like I said, that I kind of agree with him on is if we get that she's now able to tap in, and so perfect example, Rogue One, we had the fucking Donnie Yen. He was the blind
Yes. I am one with
Jedi-ish
the force,
guy,
and the
right?
force is with me.
Yeah. What the fuck you think? I'm 100% convinced that as he's praying, he's actually opening up his connection to the force, which is allowing the bullets, the laser beams, to miss him, so he can confidently walk through that field,
Yeah.
right? So I think we need at least, like I said, something where she taps in and now can sense where the fuck the strikes are coming from. Because the one thing that every Star Wars fighter, whoever lost a fight to somebody who they shouldn't lose to, what do? They always underestimate what the fuck the other person can do.
Yeah.
So if Shin is like, this bitch is not a Jedi, she don't have no fucking force powers, and all of a sudden she starts dodging, that's gonna throw Shin off.
Yeah.
And just that little bit of being thrown off, boom, now you're in there.
Word.
I mean, yo, just look at Anderson Silva in the UFC. When he was at his height, he would literally stand in front of people, bob and weave, and make them miss. And you could watch, the more they miss, the angrier they got, the more they went after him, the more off balance, the more openings, and he would just pick them apart.
Yeah. Yeah. And what she say, anger helps with shit, but it leaves you off balance.
Yeah.
And
So I'm hoping for a little bit of that. Plus, what I found out during this trying to research, because during the episode when they were explaining shit, I will admit I was like, yo, what the fuck is the Force then?
yeah.
Is it the metachlorians? Is it the fuck? Is it everywhere? Now that I know the whole story, I'm cool with it. But as I was doing my deep dive, apparently Obi-Wan is shit in the Force. Obi-Wan is a fucking shitty Force user.
Because
And the only thing that made him good is that his lightsaber style is the most defensive style. And he mastered that.
yeah.
So what made him good is he's essentially Floyd Mayweather, where he would just wait you out and use his defense, find openings, but he's not going to be the one to overwhelm you. Hence his thing, Anakin, give up. I have the high ground.
Yeah.
Now it makes sense. It's like, yo, I'm a defensive fighter. I have the advantage position. No matter where you come at me, I'm well defended, and there's nothing you can do if I counter. Which, watching all this, makes me want to go back and watch the prequels again. This time with an even more openness. Because I went back and watched the entire thing like a few years ago, maybe 1 or 2 years ago, and I still had those. I still went into the first ones with the my preconceived notions of the first time I watched it. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
But I want to go back and watch it again. So you want to get into discussing the episode, or you have any thoughts here? Now knowing this new information.
I mean, it makes sense, right? The way that they describe the force and all that other shit, but it's still one of those things. It's like, you can't, like, it's really simple now, because the way that basketball or kung fu or something works is like, yeah, Bruce Lee was the greatest fighter in the world, according to us, but Chuck Norris beat him, right? And then Anderson Silva, one of the greatest MMA fighters, you said Chris Weidman beat him. There's always gonna be something, like the whole balance thing. There's always gonna be someone stronger than you. But for some reason, they never have anyone stronger than them. No one excels in the force. And when we see something crazy, it's still, oh, but he ain't nothing compared to Vader. Like, wait a minute. He pulled a planet towards you. Oh, Vader can pull a fucking galaxy towards me. Like, wait, when did this happen? You know what I'm saying? And it's. I wish it was more like deeper than that. Like almost like the mutant ability, the mutant gene, but something that was, if they didn't explain it, if it wasn't just everybody, it's kung fu. Kung fu's everywhere. Chi, you harness your chi, you could do all this other stuff. Some people are stronger than others. You know, it's just one of those things. Like it's the force. You got it or you don't, and we
Yeah,
can't
but
define if you have it or not. You know?
true. But I honestly think it's actually. I think it's actually kind of better now knowing the full extent to it. I think it's better knowing that there's an arbitrary number to it, only because you get into debates. Bring it back to our example, basketball. Who's the fucking greatest point guard ever? Is it Magic Johnson? Well, Magic Johnson can play every fucking position on the court and excel. But what about John Stockton? Well, John Stockton was good at defense and passing. He could shoot as well, but his main role was to assist in the pass, to
Yeah.
assist and defend.
And then
What
Jason
about
Kidd.
Gary Payton?
Yeah.
Gary Payton was fucking scoring a defense. So, like, yeah, could everybody shoot threes? Yes. Should everybody be able to shoot threes like Steph Curry? No. And when you sit there and be like, well, if you leave it ambiguous and you're like, well, how come Steph Curry can shoot threes from wherever the fuck he wants, but nobody else seems to be able to? You leave yourself open for a lot of weird debates and a lot of incorrect debating, in my opinion. But if you put the midichlorians in there and give some arbitrary number, it's more easily digestible. Where you're like, okay, so this motherfucker has the capability to tap in to something that nobody else here can reach. So that's why he can do it, but nobody else can. Now we have a tangible thing where we can make it make sense.
But you also got to be able to make it stronger than. You know what I'm saying? Because
I don't think you have to, because so Anakin is supposed to be the allegory for Jesus Christ. Like, so in this deep dive, here's my question to you before we get in. Who truly brought balance to the Force?
it was Anakin. Well, yeah,
In your opinion.
Anakin. He did it both ways, because when the Jedi were in control and the Sith were underground, he bring out the Sith, and the dark side, got control, and I don't think there's a balance. It's a seesaw. But the way he brought balance back to the Force was he killed Palpatine. So it was like light side, dark side, light side, dark side, and then it's like dark side's running, and then dark side kills like this, and it's I think I don't think there was ever a balance. I just think now it's time for the dark side to come up. Because in reality, we don't have any Sith Lords. Like, they're all hidden. They're all this. They're all that. This is the one that's going to bring balance to the Force. Wait, the fucking... The momentum is on our side.
Yeah.
The balance is going to make us drop. You know what I'm saying?
So, now here's something interesting, because the correct answer is Anakin. Anakin did bring balance to the Force when he ended Emperor Palpatine.
Yeah.
Now, we still use the convention of Jedi, right? Luke, I am a Jedi like my father before me. But is he?
No, he never completed his training. He never went through Jedi training.
Yeah, like he he didn't go through the conventional training that a Jedi did. He became something else.
Yeah.
Ahsoka. Ahsoka became something else. She doesn't consider herself a Jedi. Everybody else does because that's just the convention the naming convention that we have. But she became something else. You said we don't have any Siths anymore. True. But Shin and Balin, they're definitely on the darker side.
Yeah.
They might not be Sith, but they're not fucking Jedi.
We have Force users now.
Yeah. So within bringing balance, I think it allowed for something else to come up. But we still have the old naming conventions of Jedi and Sith. And one theory that I would like once I heard it, I was like, yeah, do this. In order to explain why the fuck certain characters who should have been alive for the sequel trilogy never showed up, is we go wherever Thrawn is, instead of bringing him here, we go to them or to him and get stuck in that fucking galaxy, and then we branch off. The fucking world falls apart. For our timeline, the sequel trilogies happen over there, but we get to do something completely new with Dave Filoni in this new galaxy, and we get to branch off and now do some other shit, which hopefully they've learned, get a singular vision, and let people play within the singular vision. Don't just give 3 people 3 movies
Yeah.
and fucking do whatever they want.
Well,
Because
that's
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't give a shit how much Ryan Johnson is sitting in his house patting himself on the back for what he did. Motherfucker, subverting expectations just for the simple fact of doing so does not make a good movie. And I'll give you a proof that's got nothing to do with Ray and nothing to do with Finn. Well, kind of do with Finn, but not Finn the character, not what we thought Finn was going to be. You literally sent 2 characters to find the one person who can hack into this fucking base. And immediately, characters just said, oh, some other dude can do it? Not the dude we're looking for? Fuck it, we'll take him. And he got into the base. Immediately betrayed him. But what the fuck was the point of giving them one specific person to go after?
yeah. The
Like,
only
how mad would you be? How mad would you be if you were like, yo, Vic, I need you to go to Target and get me these exact razors. And I came back and was like, hey, I didn't even bother to really look for those fucking razors. But here's a fucking toothbrush that you can fucking, it's sharp enough. It's a hard bristle. It's sharp enough. You can take some fucking hairs off. And by the way, there was a dog in a cage. I freed the dog. The kid in the cage next to him, I left, but I freed the dog though.
yeah. It's too. That's why I get so tight with the whole writer strike shit. Because my shit is like, yo, because they're postponing a lot of shit. My shit is, you gonna postpone it. Somebody gotta be thinking of some shit. I know these writers ain't just sitting there going la di da. Like, they're probably writing shit up. Like, if they give me what the fuck I want and get a chance to do this, boom, I got something coming for these niggas. Like, we ready to roll. I just need the money and I need this shit. So we need to. There better be some good shit coming, because, like you said, that's part of the movie we didn't need to see. And all that part of the movie was just to make a relationship between Ray and this girl, so that way when Ray almost risks his life in the thing,
Makes
she
sense.
cares about. We have Finn. She cares about him.
Which again, because I just if anybody ever watches, it was on Screen Crush. Oh no, Screen Rant, but now it's its own channel, Pitch Meeting, where this dude, another Ryan, does this thing where he satirically pitches the movie, and he tells you all the silliness about the movie, right? In that pitch meeting for The Last Jedi, which I just rewatched, he said, "Oh, Finn is about to sacrifice himself in a heroic manner to save everybody," and then Rose steps in and stops him, and they're like, "Wait, what?" It's like, "Yeah, she stopped him for a kiss," and the producer dude was like, "But what about everybody else that was gonna die as a result of like everybody else is gonna die then?" And it's like, yeah, you stopped the man from making the ultimate sacrifice and put everybody in danger. You saved the one to fuck the many instead of letting the one die. To what the fuck is going on? But we're getting a
We can
little
all
off
go
track
home.
here. Yeah, yeah. Good ideas get packed up, but we can all go home.
We can all go home.
But see, I'm with Dave Filoni here. I'm not going home. I'm getting in my fucking sky cruiser, the fucking Ghost with Hera, and we're gonna sail to a goddamn new galaxy, and we're gonna kick Thrawn's ass so hard that the next Emperor wannabe is gonna fucking feel it.
Yes.
Now, getting into the episode,
Yes.
Star Wars is fucking back. That episode was 30 minutes, but the fucking best thing that Star Wars has put out in a long time.
Yeah. Because, like I said, they were hiding. I think they were hiding the chemistry between these two girls for when they were together, and it was about them. And I don't know why
Yeah.
you would need to, but
Well, I think that's the thing that Dave does, because he did it with Ahsoka in the original Clone Wars. Is you start off in one spot, so, excuse me, so that you could see the growth and you grow with the character. So it's a more natural fucking admiration. And I think this is speculation, but I think he thought he had to do this in live action because one, this is the first time we see Sabine in live action, so it's a different take on her. I mean, it can, as much as you would like to emulate, it has to be different for the actor. And two, he was probably hedging his bets and like, well, people who haven't seen
Rebels.
Rebels, here's your introductory point to come in. So now you get the same experience we did. And then for everybody who did watch Rebels, he was hoping, he was like, yo, just stick around to episode 3. Just give me 2 episodes to let everybody get caught up, and then we go.
Yeah.
What?
Well, but that's the thing, though. I feel like he made it so blatant that you can, like, I caught it. It was like, all right, hold on, wait, something's happening here, and it's there was too much hype for Ahsoka. Like, I remember watching them go, yo, I want to make her as true to the cartoon and blah blah blah, and here goes the girl that voiced her, and I'm studying from her, and this, that, and the third. It was too fucking. It was too Raph. Yeah, it was too Raph. And I was like, you know what? Let's see what happens before we start fucking chastising this shit.
Yeah, no, that every part of that episode was fucking good. My favorite part of the episode is when you could see Ahsoka instantly turn around and go, "We're not gonna win if I try to make this a lesson. We need to work together.
Yeah.
So fuck it. What do you need me to do? Fuck this whole trying to train you right now. Now it's survival. What do you need me to do? Because whatever you need, that's what we're gonna do."
Yeah. Because it was, instead of for you being my Padawan, you're my partner.
Yeah. Which is some shit that you could see if you watch the Clone Wars. There's definitely times where Anakin is like, "Yo, you're the Padawan, Ahsoka. Relax." And there are other times where he's like, "Shit, what are we doing? We're doing this. Let's
Yeah.
go."
And I think that's what made Ahsoka so good to lead. because Anakin would give up that control. Like, yo, what are we doing? Because trusting in your Padawan is the best way to protect them. You have to trust the fact that they can handle themselves. Remember that was a
Yeah.
big deal in one of the cartoons when she was trapped
Yeah,
underneath
I think when she was
yeah,
trapped. I was just about to say that.
you know,
Everybody else panicked about the other girl,
yeah,
and Anakin was like, "No, she's got it. She's got to do it.
yeah.
We fucking put some training in her.
We told her everything she needs. She do not do. It doesn't
Do
matter.
or do not.
Yeah,
There's no try."
yeah. There is no try. Fucking words of
Dude,
Yoda.
what did you think of
Master Oogway.
her? Dude, let's just go there. What do you think about that dude with the General Grievous type shit?
I think that shit was dope. And all right, so I was watching some of the Easter egg shits, and he was saying some of the same kata that the
Different fighting styles.
yeah, but the blacksmith for Mandalorian when she was training him with the black saber, she was saying this similar things. So
Oh yeah, because Pre Vizsla would have needed to learn like some sort of lightsaber uh, form to wield the dark saber.
yes, and it was also when she was learning from Kanan. It was 1, 2, 3, 4 when she was using the dark saber. So that was a cool throwback, and it was almost like Japanese. Because if you think about it, the Mandalorian is almost a samurai. And like the Jedi, there's so many different forms of swordsmanship. You have probably like your ninja, your samurai, this, that, and the third, and all that other shit.
Yeah,
So I can see,
you have Aikido and
yeah,
all the
I could see,
Aikido.
him teaching them almost like a Mandalorian style of fighting because that cyborg or that robot is the lightsaber maker and trainer. He trained these kids how to make the lightsaber. He trained these kids how to use them. He knows the different tactics. My man saw but a little flick of the lightsaber and said, "Oh, this was built by this guy 500 years ago." Like you know what I'm saying? Like, but I think that was cool when he was using the light um bamboo sticks or I forgot the name of that shit.
That's the Tommy match.
Yeah, like he was using the light shit, and then we were looking at how well she cut through him and shit. That was dope. I like that training. I also liked how she was training. Um, I can't remember this girl's name. The Mandalorian's girl, Sabine. Where she was training Sabine with the dude, fight when you're fucking blind. Because how else would your sense of the force raise? Take away one of your other senses. If you have 5 senses and the force is a sense, then you have 6 senses, and now the force gets raised.
Yeah, so no matter what, you'll always have. If you get one sense taken away, you get 5.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Look who decided to show up late.
My bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
Motherfucker didn't want to show up on Monday. We had to force him.
Word.
Late today.
No wonder he wanted to talk about the force today. We gotta force him yesterday, force him today.
But what's going on, yeah? What's going on?
Chilling.
Man. We were just getting into a little explanation of the Force, a little bit of bashing of Last Jedi, but right now we're in the meat of discussing Episode 3.
Cool.
Yeah. We got what?
Did you see Episode 3?
I actually did not, so I'm just gonna. I'm gonna be here, but
Oh
it's all
man,
you.
yeah. Episode 3 was the best episode so far.
That's what I'm hearing because I was listening to like some reviews on it, but I didn't get to watch it yet. But it's all good. Just it's okay with me for the spoilers. Where are these kids? There are no kids.
That's what we trying to find out, Ray. And we need the dog.
This is my only kid. Is a fur baby. That's it. That's all I
We
got.
need the dog.
That's all I got.
Salina. We changed the dog's name.
Oh man.
But But yeah,
Go ahead.
this episode we got to see the better dynamic between Ahsoka and
Sabine.
Sabine, and you know we got to see them work as a team instead of as Padawan and apprentice.
Adversaries.
So we saw a little bit of training, we saw them working together, and we saw a badass scene with fucking Ahsoka Tano.
Yo, I was just about to ask you about that. What'd you think of her?
Yeah.
Because apparently, I forgot about this, but Plo Koon did that shit in the fucking animated series where they were dead in the water. Him and I think he had either Padawan or some clones with him, and he was like, "Fuck it, we can't defend the ship," and he went outside and fucking was defending the ship from outside.
Shit, I forgot about that shit too.
Yeah, so that's a fucking callback.
Yeah. So yo, Ray, they're being chased by the other Force users.
Shin Hati and Mira.
Yeah. So
Okay.
they're in space and they get shot. So the one of Ray's kids is armed in Jedi.
Yeah, it's Mira. He turned to the dark side because he was a
No
bad.
wonder you disowned them. So their ship was basically a fish out of water. It was dead.
Oh, okay.
So
Gotcha.
Sabine was going around trying to fix the ship. Their robot, is it a robot? Their
Who?
droid. Their droid, the cyborg, the lightsaber maker,
It's a droid. Yeah.
Kukuru, whatever his name is. He was down also. So Sabine is trying to give life back to the ship. And
Okay,
Ahsoka
gotcha.
goes, well, turn the ship back on. I'm going out there. And she goes, what do you mean you're going out there? She put on a spacesuit, went outside the ship and started reflecting the fucking lasers they're shooting, cut one of the fucking ships down with the lightsaber. Badass shit, bro.
So the one episode I don't watch, everything fucking cool happens.
Yep.
Yeah. Yo, my favorite line is when Shin Hati was talking to the witch. Yo, Star Wars names are hard.
Yeah, man.
So, and I think the witch has a normal name like
like Fred.
like Elizabeth and some shit. But she was talking to the witch. She's like, "Congratulations, you missed. I'll go finish it from here."
I'm gonna see if I can try to find this. I was gonna say this fish.
You want to get a fish? That's it.
This fucking bitch's name.
Is it?
Well, I butchered the name and it came up still nice.
Well, Shin Hati is the dark side ish user.
Morgan Elsbeth.
Morgan.
Elsbeth. Yeah, the most normal name in this shit.
Yeah. But that's why it's hard to remember because we got to remember Shin, Sabine, Ahsoka, Plo Koon, Balin, like
Hying.
Yeah, the names are not the easiest, but then you get Morgan,
Yeah.
and that's the one we forget.
Because yo, when you're a witch, you gotta keep it simple.
Facts.
Because
did anybody keep the
side
fact-
effects may cause brain tumors.
Did anybody peep the fact that when she brought up the ball, the green flame came up?
Yeah.
Like the green flame that happens with all the Night Sisters.
Which is kind of dope. Because they're originally from the game, right? Or
No, they're from the series. That's
Yeah.
Darth Maul's people.
yeah.
I was gonna say, wasn't his mom
Dathomir?
technically one of them?
His mom might have been one of the Night Sisters.
Yeah, because I remember correctly. I think that's like that was the one that.
Oh, yeah, that's the one that should be the one who gave him his legs
Yeah.
back.
No.
Because if I'm not mistaken, wasn't Darth Maul's brother? He wasn't a Jedi user. He wasn't a Force user, but they gave him the powers of the Jedi or some shit.
They gave him some shit, and then he was able to
Super Shredder.
be taken under the wing and turned Sith.
Yeah, he turned Super Shredder on him.
But you know what? He might not have actually. He might have been like Count Dooku, where he was on the dark side, but he was never fully Sith.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's the thing with Count Dooku. That's why he's a Count and not a Darth. It's because he was on the dark side, but he never fully became a Sith Lord.
I just thought he liked to say ha ha ha.
Nah.
I try.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Oh no! We suck again!
that's it. I'll stick to Mondays. My bad. Peace, y'all.
You leave the jokes to me. All right. When it
Nah,
comes to
all,
jokes,
My turn!
it was all Cab yesterday. Cab held it down with the jokes.
I hear you. I was trying to watch, but in where I was, it was in the fucking boondocks.
It's all good. Me and Cab held it down.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. When we dropped Shaw off at his house, it was an hour and 45 minutes away, and I got to Cruz's house in 45 minutes.
Meanwhile,
That-
show took extra hours.
Yeah, show made a 36-hour fucking trip, and it was supposed to be 6 hours. Yeah, but hey, listen, man, let's not. I'm not saying I'm speeding, but I'm just saying the GPS was wrong.
Yo, my man Vin did the fucking interstate run in 12 parsecs. And there's nothing you can say about it.
Yeah,
Yo, all that with Bandoleros playing in the background, like nah,
fact.
family.
Guaguanile, Jose Nazawa, con Chigatega, te quiero agua.
The fucked up part is I know exactly what song he wants to fucking say, but it's like
That's like,
none of that was even close.
you know what's funny? Hearing him say that, I'm like, yo, how are you messing it up when it's just he's literally just saying, raise your hands in the air, wiggle your hips, bang your head, fucking dance. Like,
Yo, facts, Mr. Loki. Facts.
yo, I can't wait. I haven't seen Vin run in a while, but I can't wait to see him fucking
You swim like fucking. Oh my god.
Yo, we was at Virginia Beach throwing a frisbee around. I was running like a motherfucker because I throw it straight and Cruz throws that shit and it's a fucking Randy Johnson curve.
Yo, I was about to say if you're running after a frisbee, one of two things happened. One, you got transformed into a dog, or two, somebody threw it fucked up. Like,
Yeah, we was throwing it fucked up. The first throw, Cruz is there. I said, "Wow, my bad." It was like I forgot to let go of the shit.
Oh shit.
my man's playing frisbee with Johnny Cage. It's like, this is the part where you let go.
Yeah, right.
Who hired these
Shit.
guys?
But yeah, and so this was the shortest episode from Ahsoka Tana. And I think it was dope because we got to see them work together. We got to see Ahsoka be Ahsoka. You know, and it pushed the story along because who's the one with the green hair? The green girl from Rebels.
Oh, Hera.
Yes. She was talking to the council who she was the one from
Andor,
right? She was from Andor. Was she also the one that took over for?
So this
Princess
character
Leia?
has been in. This character has been in from the beginning.
But she's
always been part of the Rebels and shit.
But she's not the one that took over for Princess Leia and ran the ship into the other ship when they went in Lightspeed.
No. That's a different.
Okay.
That's a different girl.
All right.
Different one.
So do you see her from Andor? She's in this council and there's a bunch of dudes, and the Asian guy is like, "Yo, stop fucking catching up and let's talk about this shit." And this girl basically, we found evidence that they're looking for another galaxy and there might be Thrawn there. Oh, fuck you. It's not Thrawn. You're just trying to look for Ezra and Ezra's dead. Wait a minute. We found evidence that there's other fucking like the Empire is back. The motherfuckers scream, the South will rise again. You know what I'm saying? And they attacked him. Like my man's sitting there going, I know what's wrong with it. Ain't got no gas in it.
Yo, my favorite part is when she looked at that dude and was like, "So, did you fight or did you just sit on your ass and wait to see who the fuck won?"
Pretty much. But I'm telling you that I have a feeling that this is like some NCIS shit, but they're making it seem like he's the traitor, but it's really someone else. But boy, do I want this motherfucker to be the traitor and get shot or something. Because not for nothing, when they stopped the Empire, all those people working for the Empire should have went to making license plates. They didn't need no reconditioning.
Yeah. Dude, what's funny is I don't know if we mentioned this before, but that character is now the father of one of the dudes who was in the training camp with Ezra when Ezra
Oh yeah.
snuck into to the clone to the stormtrooper camp.
Yes.
And I think there was like 3 of them, Ezra and the other 2 dudes.
The black kid.
He's,
It was
yeah,
an Asian kid.
One dude was at the celebration in the first episode, and that's either that kid's father or that's the other kid's father.
Okay.
From that little trio. Oh no, I'm getting mixed up. He's the father of one of the guys in Rebels, the Rebels cartoon. Not fucking Rebels. What is it? Resistance?
Okay.
It's one of the new cartoons that are based off of the fucking the sequel trilogy that I didn't watch because the fuck's the point?
Yeah. Fuck you. Nigga. Nah. So wait, that guy's the son of some of the characters from a new thing?
So, all right. So that the Asian dude who was like, "Yo, you're only here to try to find Ezra," which that's the dumbest. I've never heard anything dumber in my life. Ezra and Thrawn both went somewhere. They know where Thrawn is, where you only want to get to your friend. Okay, even if that's the case, guess where the fuck he is? With the guy I'm telling you I'm trying to stop. So either way, we have to stop this motherfucker. So what the fuck's the problem? But anyway, that dude is the father of one of the main characters in that Star Wars Resistance show. And the guy who was in the first episode, he was with Ezra when he was part of the fucking Stormtrooper Academy. It's a lot to keep track of.
Yeah. That's the thing, because I watched all the cartoons, but I didn't know that you were not allowed to watch anything Star Wars unless you had a photographic memory. Because I'm looking at these motherfucking Easter eggs, like, remember in episode 7 of season 6 where they passed the frog? That guy was the guy behind the frog.
Yo, that's why
they put him in there.
I hate because
Fucking gang. It's gang.
For last week, I was like, okay, cool. Let me watch one of those to recap the 2 episodes. And it's legit like, oh, do you remember this millisecond when this happened? Like if you squint your eye a little bit, it's like, who the fuck is that anal that they're gonna be like, this is how far they go into this shit.
Like, that's why sometimes I don't watch the Easter eggs. Because it's like, we got 177 Easter eggs from this 25-minute movie, 25-minute episode.
It's like, how?
There wasn't even 175 words.
How, Sway? How?
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck?
Makes no fucking sense.
Yeah. But then it's like, oh, she's using the same notepad that she used when she was talking to Anakin.
There was a notepad?
Season 3.
Nah, he's making
sure. No, I'm just saying, like,
yeah.
We didn't even see the notepad.
Without being able to see the expression on your face, the inflection in your voice is like, oh, he believed him?
No. It was like, wait, it was a notepad?
Yo, guys, we just saw live on air how words could be taken out of context.
Because Cap legit believed me right there. That was like,
for anybody who thinks that, oh, they do it on purpose, and that, no, we just proved that sometimes circumstances arise that you're like, no, I think this is what he said.
The tone meant that way, so I was like, yeah. I'm just like, wait, it was a notepad? Like,
Yeah, but there was a training scene, and I'm watching the Easter eggs, and the dude pauses it when she gets the mask, and he's like, "Oh, this looks like one of the masks from the Guardians that guarded the temple." And I said, "No, it doesn't. It looks like the mask that Kanan used when he was blind." No, it doesn't. That looks like a fucking a mask that you would wear when you go fencing. You know what I'm saying? Like that did not. It goes, "Oh, they made a makeshift one for Luke." Says, "No, they didn't." Like I don't understand why you're reaching so hard, Edward. You're like Zangief.
Yo,
Turn that shit back around. The helmet can just be a fucking helmet.
here's where my brain's gonna come in. Is it true that he said that they made a makeshift one for Luke?
Yeah,
That's what he said.
yeah.
So then he doesn't realize that all the younglings in the prequel trilogy were wearing that fucking helmet. And the reason why that shit looked old is because Obi-Wan kept the fucking helmet from the youngling from the training process and then gave it to him. It's the same one. They didn't make a makeshift one. He just had the one that they used to have.
nah, man, you gotta remember, like episode 2, second, that was custom made, man. Custom made.
Word. You don't have a helmet unless you get the one from chapter 6.
It's like, nah, before you get to chapter 7, right in between the prelogue, that's where it was custom made.
Yo, but you know what the best part of this is the only good thing about Star Wars is that Star Wars is built in such a way that you can literally be part of the fandom in your own way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't need to have a photographic memory. You can just be like, yo, I love reading the books. Never seen the movie, but I love the books and the comics. And boom, you're in the Star Wars. I've only seen the main movies, nothing else. Boom, you're in the Star Wars. I only seen the prequels and the original, never the sequels. Boom, you're in. I like the sequels. Boom, you're in. Like no matter which avenue you take, you're in.
I'm double checking to make sure.
But you double checking to see what he said?
Yeah. I'm checking to see. All right. Oh wait, I went too far. All right. And they're sitting there going, they made a reference to a blind samurai and all the samurai movies from 1962 to 1973, and I'm like, what does that do for me?
No, but
No
that
one
one is
from 1962 to 1973 is watching this show. Not a
Well-
goddamn person.
unfortunately nobody from 2023 to 2023 is watching this show. It's got some of the lowest viewership.
It's like shit. All right, hold up. All right, I'm just gonna fucking let y'all hear this. Fuck it.
Just show me what it is and I'll look it up.
Similar to the ones worn by Padawans in the Jedi Temple that we saw in Attack of the Clones, and the makeshift one that Obi-Wan had Luke wear on the Falcon in A New Hope, but this mask...
So it was different. The ones that they had for the Padawans looked like a oversized hat, and the one with that
Okay, no, yeah. Hearing him say it, I can't get mad at what he.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
is an interesting symbol on it. Kind of reminds me of something they
How does that remind? All right, you know what? Because Ray keeps asking questions, I'm gonna keep giving him answers. What the fuck happened?
Yo,
My shit done turned black on me.
Let's hope new rock stars don't.
Look, so I'm just gonna show you the picture. He's saying that this symbol reminds him of this.
Oh, with the temple guards?
How, Sway? That looks like fucking Howard the Duck. In all honesty, this symbol you can't even see. Her the symbol on her hat, the inner part looks like Howard the Duck.
Yeah, that could look like anything else, but that doesn't remind me of that at all.
Nope. It's not
Like,
even the same color.
it almost looks like a red cross. It looks like anything else. Like that's the chest piece looks more like that, okay.
And then wait, I'm trying to see.
Did keep one of these Jedi similar masks that Kanan Jarrus put on after he was blinded in the season 2 finale of Rebels.
That looked like a fucking Jason mask.
No. So that is
It's the same
that is
mask.
the temple mask.
Yeah, it's the same mask. It's just worn
in
out
that
and shit.
Malachor Sith temple.
But that doesn't remind me of that.
Yeah, no.
This is where Zangief
No.
comes in.
So all right. So I think I know where he's going, because the shape of the mask is a similar shape to the temple guard, as opposed to what the younglings had. So it would stand to reason that if you were training a temple guard, they might have had that style mask, because that's the mask you had to wear at all times.
Yeah.
So it would make more sense to get used to that style. So Eric Voss, in this one instance, I will retract what the fuck I said. Now hearing it again in the correct context, I will retract my rant. You are now free to move about the cabin.
But
Just so long
still,
as you don't think Mephisto's in there.
Zangief, I would say that's more of a fucking samurai sword or a fencing sword. Why can't people a mask? Why can't people have different types of fucking masks? That's like me going, you see that bandana right there? That's to symbolize the fucking North in the Civil War back in 1946. The muskets had bullets in them, and that's to show you that there's bullet point in there and shit. Like, I don't like, you see, the red is the blood and the yellow is the sun, and the sun shined on the blood when it was morning, thus making it Easter on a Sunday. You see what I'm saying? Makes no sense.
No.
Zangief. Some things do not need to be Eastered or egged.
True.
Let it be.
At this point, we're just reaching to reach. Like, that's what they do. It's like they're just trying to reach out. Like, yo, of course, this is because of that. And that is like, no. Some things are just there because they're there. Like, you also got to fill a show in. Like, just, come on.
Yeah, there's one thing that he mentioned that I oversighted. All right, there's something wrong with my shit. Bitch. This right here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lightsabers in there. And it looks like there's bigger ones on the bottom. So
Okay.
she could be making these or finding these.
Or it could stand to reason that the robot had them.
Yeah, because he is a lightsaber maker.
Yeah. And I know. See, now here's where I think the Easter egg shit goes a little haywire, because what I did hear him do is he inferred information as opposed to just, well, here's the fucking Easter egg. This leads to that. Because on an inference, maybe the robot had them. Maybe you sit there and you're like, well, what style lightsaber do you want to build? I don't know. No, matter of fact, didn't he do that? Didn't he do that with the younglings? Where they're like, I don't know what kind of style. So he just showed them a bunch of lightsaber styles?
Yeah.
I was like, look, you can do this, you can do that, you can mix and match. And just gave like, look at this one. This is an idea you can go down. So maybe that's where they all come from. Those are his floor models where you get to look and go, okay, I like the design of this, but I'm gonna piece it with this, or I got a cool idea.
Yeah, because he also would,
like, I think the young Wookiee had his shit made out of wood, right?
Yeah, because I was gonna say he also showed the Wookiee, like, if you don't have any inspiration, this is the natural shit that comes from your planet. Like this wood is stronger than most metals. I remember him saying that, and this came directly from your planet. You know, like this guy had over what fucking 5,000 years of fucking lightsaber shit.
It might be longer than that, but yeah.
And Ray didn't want to fucking believe us. All the shit we do, Ray.
For a split second, I thought you were talking about Ray from the sequel trilogy. I was like,
fucking Ray.
She didn't either. She didn't believe you.
Word. But I'm happy to finally see orange lightsabers.
So do you know the theory behind that?
That they went to the dark side but didn't fully turn dark side?
So the theory is that Balin must have been a fucking temple guard. Because temple guards are yellow lightsabers. And as you turn more into the dark side and you bleed the crystal, before it gets to full red, yellow and red make orange.
Yeah.
You would stop at orange when you're at the halfway point.
Yeah.
And he was saying that like the theory was to go further proof as to why Mace Windu had purple. It's because he started out with a blue lightsaber, but let in some of the dark side shit.
And that's why it mixed into purple.
And it bled in, and that's how he got a purple lightsaber.
And wasn't Anakin or Luke's someone's blue was a different shade of blue?
Leia.
Princess Leia was a different shade of blue. It was a lighter.
Leia was like a lighter.
So she was more towards the light.
Yeah, she was pure, almost pure at that point. So it's gonna be, yeah.
And it might have also been definitely. I think they said Leia was a lighter blue. But if anybody had a lighter blue or off her shade of blue, it had to be Yaddle. The woman Yaddle was pure fucking light.
Yeah, because that's the crazy shit. I remember seeing fucking the explanation of this dude that his lightsaber could turn anyone to the dark side, but she was so close to the light side that shit had no effect on her.
But there is, I don't know if it's canon or legends, but there is somewhere where Yoda's species can't be turned to the light side, can't be turned to the dark side. But Yaddle is even more light than Yoda is.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so there's got to be a species, maybe Darth Maul, that can't be turned to the light side.
You know, I mean, shit, Deathmarians, or whatever the fuck they call them, possible. But I think I kind of like this whole get away from the true Jedi and true Sith, because then we get something like Shin Hati and Balin Skull, where it's like, yeah, they're technically on the dark side, but you see how they operate. He didn't want to kill everybody on the ship.
Yeah.
His first option was diplomacy.
Yeah.
He doesn't really want to kill Ahsoka.
Because it's a shame to kill another Jedi.
Yeah. Did you guys see about the theory on that though?
No.
No, that I didn't see.
So the theory on that is, so the big question is, who the fuck is Bail, right? Balin. And then besides who is he? Who's his master?
Why is
everybody
Bail?
has a master?
Yeah.
That's the real question.
So they're thinking.
Yeah.
Now I mentioned his name before.
Mace Windu. Who?
I'm gonna bring it up.
Oh, I thought you said Pro Cool. I'm like, who the hell is that?
Plo Koon.
Because I was gonna say Count Dooku must have been his.
This guy.
Okay, I remember him from he was in the council.
Yeah. He found Ahsoka.
Okay.
He's the one who brought Ahsoka in to the Jedi Order. So they're saying the theory is that Plo Koon is Balin's master, or was Balin's master, and then he went off to be a temple guard and was doing something else and somehow survived Order 66. But knowing who Anakin is, knowing who Ahsoka is, knowing what Ahsoka meant to his master, That's why has so much trepidation in trying to go after Ahsoka. Because he, even without that much interaction, you could tell he's still connected to the light side.
Yeah.
He didn't go full Sith.
Which is where his Padawan kind of went full Sith.
Well, we don't know yet. But the thing that it stands to reason in the theory that he would see Ahsoka almost like a sister because he understands fully how much Ahsoka meant to Plo.
Yeah.
Which gives us something that I was just about to allude to, which we get like a Sas Ventress, we get dark side users who actually would wind up doing something good. They're not in the light, but they're still doing something on the good side.
Gotcha.
And it would kind of make sense to fucking get to a place where it's just Force users. You know? It's like you have good Force users, bad Force users, and Force users that use their shit for bad because it's the easiest way to make money. But they're really like they're honorable. You know, like what's his name? The Mandalorian, Mace John Mando, what's his fucking real name?
Oh, Din Djarin?
Din Djarin. Like he's a Mandalorian and he's a bounty hunter because it makes the best money, but he has those morals. Like, I'm not killing this motherfucker even though he didn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it stands to reason at this time Luke hasn't set up his new Jedi temple yet. Ahsoka's not out there recruiting anybody. Cal Kestis, if he's around, I don't know when these video games take place, but if he's around, he's off doing his own shit. So there is nobody right now actively teaching Jedi ways to people, actively teaching. There's no Sith Lord teaching Sith ways to one person. So it would stand to reason that there would be people who are just lost in the Force and trying to do the best they can with whatever they can do.
Yeah. That makes
But
it.
I'm hoping that this theory that everybody's gonna go to a new galaxy and we branch off from that point. I hope that works, or I hope that works out because I would even say, yo, fuck it, put Luke over there too.
In that new galaxy?
Fuck it, make it instead of making it something, make it like a fucking new offshoot.
Yeah, but do you really want to make Ahsoka do the new 72 shit on us?
Dude, here's the thing. The sequel trilogy. Whether you like them or not, they clearly were misinformed. The movies were misinformed because all they did was try to remake the original trilogy. Force Awakens is just a New Hope.
Yeah.
Last Jedi was supposed to be Empire. And Rise of Skywalker is just fucking Return. It's all the same shit.
Yeah.
So I think it was wildly fucking misjudged. Keep the movies in. How about this? Because this is an argument that I was reading, but because I'm not on Twitter, I can't get into it. For everybody who likes the sequel trilogy,
Suck a dick. Oh, nah.
no, I'm not gonna go that far, but I'm gonna go this way. If you like the sequel trilogy, fine. I think we should reboot, put those motherfuckers in Legends, and let's start off on a new thing and get an actual fucking sequel trilogy that makes sense. And for everybody who's sitting there going, well, you're going to put Rey and Finn and all of them in the fucking Legends, but they got millions of fans, they make billions of blah, blah, blah. Yeah, this is where I say fuck off, because there's a ton of books and video games and other content that people have been reading and enjoying for 30 fucking plus years that Disney just said, oh, that's Legends now. None of that shit matters. And I don't see you crying over them. I don't see you going over to the people who read all the Thrawn books who are no longer canon, or the other fucking books who are no longer canon, going, hey, how can I console you? You just turn around and be like, well, that's no longer canon. This is the new shit. So fuck off. We're going to put your shit in Legends, and we're going to make the new canon. Where maybe John Boyega can come back and give him a new fucking character and actually give him a fucking arc.
Yeah. They started. You know, he went from being brainwashed to free to a punk to a hero, and then now he's in love with Rey, and the Asian chick is in love with him, and no one can die, but everyone's sacrificing themselves. And Cap's favorite part of the movie, Rey, they went to go find the key maker and came back with a baker.
You got lost in translation, man. Got lost in translation.
My favorite part of the movie is, what's the most interesting thing we can do? Hey, do you guys remember how captivating 1994 was when a certain person in a white Bronco was speeding at 25 miles an hour down the fucking highway in California in the lowest speed fucking cop chase ever? Yeah, I remember that. Cool. That's our movie. What? Yeah, the entire movie's gonna be two ships just floating like fucking ducks in a pool. And this whole one stops floating long enough that we can catch up. Wouldn't it have been neat? They could track us through hyperspace. Okay, so to keep jumping. Jump once, let them fucking follow. Jump again, let them fucking follow. What are we doing? Like, your whole basis for your movie was, let's just lazily drift in space. Just, how about this? You mean to tell me that the fucking spaceships that the Imperial officers had, the First Order, they can't adjust speed to catch up? Once you're in one speed, that's it. You're locked in that speed forever? You can't catch up? What the fuck? Hit the booster for a second.
We're too heavy. Lighten up. Because, space has no resistance.
Yeah, there's nothing out there. Or my favorite... Hordo, I believe that's her name, the lady with the purple hair. I think that was a cool moment. The one cool moment is when she said fuck it and jumped into light speed and blasted through the ships. I thought that imagery was cool. But why would you keep the plan from Poe? This motherfucker clearly is looking for action. And if you would have told him, here's the plan, he probably would have been like, cool, how do I help you secure this fucking plan? How do we make sure this goes off without a hitch? Instead of trying to backdoor organize a fucking attack and do some other shit because you're not letting them know what's going on when you didn't need to fucking hide. I don't get it. But we're supposed to be celebrating the fact that Star Wars is back. We got actual good Star Wars going on as we speak right now.
Yeah.
It's probably over, but...
Which not many people know there is, because the viewership is just...
Yo, we gotta get the viewership up, man. I don't blame them. They've been scoring too much. Mandalorian season 3 was kind of iffy. Excuse me, it was kind of iffy. But I mean, it wouldn't have been that bad if you didn't turn around and go, yo, we're making a Boba Fett show, and then turn Boba Fett into the biggest punk on the fucking block. It wouldn't have been so bad if you didn't turn around and go, oh, we're doing an Obi-Wan Kenobi show. Cool. And then now he's guarding Leia for this entire time when Leia's not supposed to know who the fuck he is.
Yeah, because in the first one, she's like, Obi-Wan, we need your help. But she's kind of like, I don't know who you are. Someone told me to contact you
Yeah,
if I
she's
ever
like my
need anything.
yeah. It's like my father told me who you were.
Uh,
And the whole line, because I'm not gonna lie. At first, I was blind to it, and I was like, "Oh,
At
well, they
first,
put
I
in
was
the line,
afraid.
hey, they put in the line, hey, Leia, don't tell anybody that you know me." And she did the wink, and I was like, "All right." They put in the line, but then it doesn't make sense because if you're not supposed to know Obi-Wan, and then all of a sudden you're asking for his help, fuck the formalities. You're like, "Yo, Obi-Wan, I need you." Why put on the plate and the facade that you don't know him when you're trying to ask for his help secretly in front of the droids that you're gonna send to him? Like this wasn't gonna get broadcast all over the galaxy.
Yeah.
See, that's the problem. The biggest problem when it comes to making a show or anything based off of an original shit is the continuity. Everyone wants to make their own interpretation of shit, but it's like you can't sit here and make that Bronco chase 90 miles an hour and everybody crashing. Nigga, we seen the chase live. That didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh, what is that movie? It's like that the movie Fighting with My Family,
yeah,
Yeah.
the movie about Soraya
yeah.
Page. I watched that and I was like, "Oh, this is pretty cool." And then the end came up when she went out and faced AJ for the title, and I'm sitting with a friend who doesn't watch wrestling. We're at his house. It was on, and that scene came up, and I instantly went to him and was like, "Yo, none of that shit happened." He's like, "What?" I was like, "I don't know why they're doing it this way. None of that happened. The way it happened was cool enough. They should have just did the way it happened.
Yeah.
None of that was
Like even the way AJ looked was wrong.
Yeah.
yeah. But you couldn't just put her in short jean shorts and a fucking shirt
Yeah.
because she went out there and she didn't fight AJ Lee at the end. She fought Selena Vega.
Seriously.
Thea was like, "Oh, we're gonna try out the Zelina character in this movie." Like, no, he was
And the
supposed
best
to
part,
be AJ.
yeah. And the best part is she was already NXT champion. She wasn't rookie no more.
Yeah.
They made it seem like that was the first match she ever had.
Yep.
She's not. She's the fucking veteran in the NXT. She's going out to the main roster now. That's how you know The Rock don't watch the program.
The Rock didn't know. I bet you any amount of money, The Rock didn't know who she was.
Yeah,
It's just that we're gonna do this story, we're gonna do this movie, and that's it.
yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the movie. It was great, but it's like, yeah, a lot of this ain't it.
Yeah.
But then we find out with Young Rock, it's like, oh yeah, so this is just the style you like. It's like we're just gonna make up the story as we go.
Yep.
Yo,
Yep. Because
not to get off on a side tangent.
hold on, real quick. I need to say this. The Rock did not do that sliding people's elbow on Monday Night Raw. Just for you fucking cocksuckers in the back. Go ahead.
No, but I'm saying before we get into the side tangent, the few times I watched that Young Rock show, they go into the locker room with the other wrestlers, and I'm like, I don't know who the fuck any of these people are supposed to be. Like, oh, that dude who looks like Mark Henry. Like, oh, so that's Mark Henry. No, that's Kama Mustafa. What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's Kama? Oh fuck.
The only people
Well, who the fuck is Mark Henry then?
the only people they got who looked like the people that they were supposed to was Austin, and that's because if you get a bald white guy wrong, boy, kill yourself. And Dolly, the one that Becky
Lauper.
Lynch, that Becky Lynch played,
so Cyndi Lauper.
Cyndi Lauper, and
Triple H wasn't bad.
Yeah, Triple H was
yeah,
bad. Yeah.
and Bam Bam Bigelow.
Yeah.
Yo, I tell you the one dude they fucked up on, Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Because if you didn't tell me that, I wouldn't have known who the fuck that was supposed to be.
Nah,
Yeah.
I don't think that's worse as Undertaker though. Because Taker was
I
just like,
never seen that.
Undertaker looked like
Taker
a 5'6" fucking guy in a wig.
It was just like, what is happening here? But yeah,
You
that
also,
was just
also Farouk. Like, I don't know if y'all know, but that's not even Farouk's shade of color. Like, Farouk is not that small.
wait. If we want to get things wrong, look how they did Shawn Michaels.
Shit. It's like, damn, son, this is not for. It's the craziest shit. It's like Total Divas is more for wrestlers fans than the Young Rockets.
Yeah,
Because even they had a promo battle before the SummerSlam ladder match between Triple H and The Rock, and The Rock is like, "Oh, I destroyed Triple H, and I did something, and I stopped him from saying something because of some shit." And I'm like, "Wait a minute, I don't ever remember this." Then I actually looked up the fucking promo that he did in the show. They did it face to face, and he shut Triple H up. In real life, he did that shit backstage with Michael Cole. He was nowhere near Triple H. And I'm sitting like, who the fuck are you trying to convince this is what happened?
Now, I'm gonna bring this back around here. So the reason we went off on this side tangent, it might seem strange, but the point here is there's actual historical documents, as Toe likes to
That's
say,
right.
an actual thing that you could pull off to make your movies. Don't fucking sit there and go, well, we have all this fucking, IP, we have all this that we can tap into, all this inspiration, and we're gonna take it and do something completely different. You can't do completely different with shit that exists.
yeah. It's like if you were gonna do like how they do these, oh, this is Young Rock, and it's just an adaptation, then okay. But you can't say this is your story and then just fuck up the rest of it. Like,
Perfect example. If some random fucking dude made the Young Rock show, okay, I can see all this happening. Dwayne Johnson made the Young Rock show.
Yeah.
The motherfucker who was there made the show. How are there so many inconsistencies? And I bring that up to say that Ryan Johnson had said that he is a fan of Star Wars. How are you a fan of Star Wars if that's the movie you gave us? That's not that to me. That didn't read fan, because any fan of Star Wars would have turned around and was like, "Yo, the fact that John Boyega picked up Finn, picked up the lightsaber, he's a former fucking stormtrooper. That is too tantalizing of an idea not to see through.
Yeah.
Either make him force sensitive, or make him not force sensitive, but gets trained in the ways of lightsaber combat, or something fucking cool. How does that not tantalize you if you're a fan?
yeah.
And I get subversion. There's other things you could have subverted. But you subverted the entire fucking movie. But again, we're not here for that. Sorry, it just now that we're actually seeing it, it's coming back up to the surface because now that we're actually seeing good Star Wars, Ahsoka is good fucking Star Wars. It makes all the other shit even more fervent now.
Now, we all know I have a hidden talent for coming up with shit, pie in the sky theories out of nowhere, and we're gonna tweak something that the sequel trilogy did to make it even better. You talked about Finn. How intriguing is it that he's an ex-stormtrooper that fucking can wield the lightsaber and all that other shit? Now, they erased the memories of these stormtroopers. The clones didn't work. Palpatine's your hidden bad guy. What's to say Palpatine wasn't doing secret tests on these children to give them the Force, to be able to withstand the transfer of his consciousness into them, because clones haven't worked yet. And he tried briefly. Fuck it, let me do it with an organic. And Finn was one of those people he tested. And he has elements of the Force in him. That's why he could pick up the lightsaber. Yeah, that's why he could pick up the lightsaber. That's why he could do this and that. And then you were like, oh, shit. You can give people the Force now? Now we're rocking with fucking fire. Now we're cooking with fire because people are like, what? It's endless possibilities. You opened up a new floodgate. Because we had clones and you only clone Boba Fett and Palpatine. Jango Fett and Palpatines. You know what I'm saying? But now it's like, wait, I'm testing on humans. This went from the animal stage to human phase. And Finn and all these other people, we may have artificial Force users. Are they stronger than regular Force users? Maybe when he goes, yo, we'll use the Force. And when Han Solo goes, that's not how it works. We find out that's how it works with him.
Well, so your theory is, I think, a little bit of what they were trying to do with Grogu. Is take somebody with a high metachlorian count and see if they can transfer it to somebody else to bump up the metachlorian count in that other person, making the clone viable for. You know, here's something that I was thinking. The whole, if we're going pie in the sky theories, the whole thing with Rey, it's like, oh, your parents were nothing. You know how you can keep parents being nothing and still make her Palpatine's granddaughter? They're cloning Palpatine, right?
Yeah.
Well, this scientist and his wife can't conceive a child. These clones are failing anyway. Well, let's try something. They tried an experiment. They got a female clone. Well, Palpatine doesn't necessarily want a female clone. Take the child, raise her as your own. Raise a fucking female clone of Palpatine. That's why he's chasing her. Not because he's a granddaughter. It's because that's the fucking, out of all the ones that failed, that's the one that works.
Yeah.
You could see with the fact that she could do Force Lightning, and she seems to be stronger than everybody else with little training, because she doesn't need that much training. She has the DNA of fucking Emperor Palpatine in running in the background.
Yeah.
Helping her unconsciously do shit.
See how we just made it better, Ray? Now let's hear your idea.
Oh no! We suck again!
I thought he was gonna come back in Jedi robe.
Yeah. His idea is
wrestling has more than one royal family.
I saw Ray's face. It's like, let's hear your idea, Ray. I'm gonna phone a friend. Show.
Yeah. He's just out there like a Cap. He's like, Cap, reword what you said.
I agree with both of you.
I was just like, yep, whatever Cap says is just, this is the way. This is
This is the way.
This is like, yep. Because
how beautiful, how crazy would it have been? You want to talk about Easter eggs? How crazy would it have been if they would have said, "Yo, this is the way we're going. We're gonna make this TV show. The Mandalorian is gonna have a baby Yoda in there. Whatever. The movie, we see the Jedis fighting the Siths, like you say. Either they're ghosts or they're real. Like this is the battle. The Jedi have been called and they came to fight the dark side. This is the fucking dark versus light battle. And we see a Yoda kicking motherfuckers' asses, jumping around all this shit, but he's got Mandalorian. He got Mandalorian gear on. Like, not the whole shit, but like armor. And it's like Howard the Duck in Endgame. Just like, wait, what is that? And that's Grogu.
Yeah. See, that would take foresight and planning. And I'm telling you right now, the more I'm hearing about Bob Iger, the more I'm like, this dude is probably the dumbest motherfucker alive.
His real name is Clarence.
Yeah, no, because he's really fucking people over with this writer strike shit.
Yeah.
Trying to be like, oh, but what was us? We started a streaming service that's costing us fucking billions of dollars. That's on you, dog. That ain't us. You keep putting out bullshit. That's what the fuck you want us to do. But I bring him up because he literally, George Lucas, had his plans for the sequel trilogy. And when they bought the Lucas films, they bought with the intent. He told George, he's like, yo, we're gonna do your movies. Then Bob Iger got cold feet because he saw the reception of the prequel trilogy. So the prime directive for The Force Awakens was to give us a movie more familiar to the original trilogies. Hence why Force Awakens is almost a fucking carbon copy or clone, if you will, of A New Hope. Because he took the safe bet. And it would have worked had we had turned around like, all right, cool. We just did one as a re-entry point. Okay. But now let's jump off from here. If we're not going to do George's shit, let's jump off here and do something new. But again, you give three people three different movies that a trilogy does not make.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm all for changing shit. You know, like we had the religion side of the Force in part 1, 2, and 3. Then we had the savior side of the Force in 3, 4, and 5.
The political side, yeah.
Now 6, 7, and 8 can be something different. It could be the war ending of the Jedi and Sith. You know what I'm saying? Because in all actuality, Jedi and Sith is just terms. Cowboys and Indians.
Yeah.
Cops and robbers. Everything changes. Everything evolves. Now you have Force users in this new shit, and then we can see in our own eyes the transformation of another Jedi and another Sith. And that's how you can keep going and repeating the same story with different people. But it's well, what are we gonna do today? Remake Star Wars. All right, what we gonna do with Luke? Make Luke all over again. Make him a woman. I thought we did that in 4, 5, and 6. Nope.
Yo, I brought this up during Lay's baby shower, right?
Yeah.
Luke was handed his lightsaber, and he tossed it away as a joke, played it off as a joke, and then spent the whole movie just like the curmudgeon fucking, I can't, we failed, it's over, blah, blah, blah. This is the dude who was so hopeful and optimistic. He turned Anakin back, or he turned Vader back to Anakin. He turned the guy who's the chosen one, who fell to the dark side. That's Luke's fucking role. Luke was never supposed to bring balance back to the Force. Luke was supposed to bring Anakin back from Vader. He was strong enough to do that. And that dude lose hope? That dude looks at Kylo Ren and is like, oh, I can't save him. I have to kill him. What? What the fuck did, at that moment in time, Kylo Ren or Ben Solo didn't do anything. Your father killed little children. Nah, we could save him. But I have to kill the guy who might one day do some shit wrong.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't make sense for character-wise. And the funniest fucking thing, if you ever can find it, Mark Hamill talking about being in The Force Awakens. And he was like, yo, I'm reading the script. And I'm like, oh, I'm not in it. I'm not in it. He's like, okay, this is going on. He's like, then I get to the part where the lightsaber wiggles in the snow. And I'm like, yeah, this is a badass entrance for Luke Skywalker to show up. And he goes, wait, Rey caught it? Rey caught it. And his reaction says it all. It's like, if you're still gonna involve them, like if the Skywalker story didn't end with the Return of the Jedi, well then you cannot fucking move on to a new protagonist without officially ending the Skywalker story.
Yeah, you can't just leave that open ended and then be like, "Well, it's not done yet." It's like, so when are you picking it up?
Yeah, because that's the thing where I felt with like the first 2 episodes of Ahsoka, where it was like something felt missing because some shit happened off screen that we didn't get to see.
Yeah.
Luke somehow went from I just saved the fucking galaxy, I redeemed my father, to now somehow off screen he failed to restart the Jedi Order and locked himself away. Like, well, tell us that story so that by the time we get to him on the island, we fully understand why he's locked away.
And can I also mention this? My man was unconventionally trained to be a Jedi by Yoda. Yoda force ghosts his way out of there. Luke now has to learn by himself. He finds all of the Jedi readings and books and all this other shit, becomes a Jedi, and leaves, exiles himself because he couldn't train his nephew. You were not trained yourself. You know who else wasn't trained but can train everyone? Princess Leia. This woman has been training Jedi for centuries now. No problem. Your first student, Luke, turned to the dark side. You the problem. You the turner. You're not a teacher. You a turner. Tina turned.
That's another thing. Was Ben his only fucking student? What happened to everybody else at that Jedi temple?
He just screamed, "Get out!" and they left. He was like, "Get out of here."
No, because think about it. How you set up the fact that Luke tried to kill Ben, couldn't do it. Ben got the upper hand, and then Ben killed the entire fucking Jedi temple. He destroyed it. And if he was the only one, then I guess he was doing the Jedi rule of 2, which doesn't make sense. But if he wasn't the only one, Kylo Ren destroyed a whole bunch of fucking other Jedi.
Yeah.
Even if they were potential Jedi, Padawans, he killed all of them. So even if we get to the point where he's Kylo Ren now, and we're like, well, he never completed his training, Snoke's trying to train him, he never finished his backhand lesson, he gets punked out by a stormtrooper and some random bitch? Like, that then doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like, it made sense at the time because we didn't know who he was. But then you retroactively tell us, oh no, by the way, he single-handedly destroyed everything Luke was trying to build. But why the fuck isn't he strong then? Like,
yeah, why is
what the fuck is?
Why is he still a bitch?
Yeah. Why is he still Anakin?
Yeah. And the crazy shit is, like, that motherfucker was willing to turn at first sight of Rey. First sight of Rey, he was willing to turn. That kind of made it seem like, okay, this, in hindsight, this don't work that well. Because, to be honest with you, him killing his father was a big impact. But if you would have seen him, because it was almost like he turned to the dark side at a necessity because Luke attacked. But if he was truly trying to be Darth Vader, you would have seen him fighting himself and not trying so hard to be.
Yeah, there should have been at least a little more emotional turmoil, almost like at least then we see something. We make it that's a little more understandable instead of just
Because his instinct should have been, I'm a monster trying not to be a monster. Instead of for I'm a softy trying to be a monster.
Yeah.
Because think about if he would have been like, fuck it, and started shooting at his mom, and then when he hit it, like, oh shit, what did I just do? And then just the father boom just killed him. And then when he dies, like, oh, like he's starting to realize you going deeper and deeper to the dark side, and it's like the price you're paying, you don't really got exact change for.
Yeah.
I think that would have been a stronger dynamic. And then when it came to Rey, that's when that light started winning the battle of the dark side, because it's like, wait a minute, I can't, because it's one of those like, now I'm regretting dipping my toe into this dark side. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a kid that wants to be cool so bad he goes and steals a fucking truck, that has cocaine in it, and they're like, "What are you doing?" "Oh, I want to show you how bad I am." Well, not, get this shit the fuck out of here. That doesn't prove nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like that where.
Not to mention, how do you hear the story of Darth Vader, Anakin Skywalker, and your takeaway is, well, I'm gonna be just like him and turn to the dark side? Like, you missed the part where we redeemed him, and he killed the Emperor, and he legit was trapped in this fucking in the suit as this apprentice.
As a form of torture.
Yeah. Like, why would you think that Anakin Skywalker would talk to you through the Force, through the dark side, and guide you, if Luke is the one training you, and Luke is sitting there and like, no, I redeemed him. I saw him as a Force ghost when we were all celebrating. He was standing there with Obi-Wan and fucking Yoda.
It legit just went from like almost an extreme to another extreme, instead of let's at least make a little more sense before we just fuck it. Yeah. Like it felt like you said, with the beginning of Ahsoka, that it was almost like there's a lot of things that should have happened here.
Yeah.
But we're just gonna say it happened.
And also, here's the thing that and correct me if I'm wrong. Darth Vader was strong, and Palpatine was afraid that Darth Vader was going to overthrow him. So that's why Palpatine put him in that suit to torture him, to kind of weaken him. He would hire assassins to go after Vader from time to time, and Vader would kill him, almost like a show me you're worthy. You're not worthy enough to be a fucking Sith Lord and all that shit, just to fuck with Vader's mental, because he didn't want Vader getting too strong and thinking that he could, because eventually the student has to kill the master and the Sith Lord to become a Sith Lord, because there's only a rule of two. You have to be strong enough to kill your master. And it could have been one of those things like, I can't use Vader's body because he's 80% machine, and I was grooming him so I can transfer my consciousness over to Anakin. That's why I manipulated him. Who's better than his grandson, Ben? So you see Ben fighting that whole Darth side shit. He knows what Vader did. He knows all this shit, and he just goes in, and Snoke is hiring assassins, and it's one of those like, I'm training this motherfucker to be groomed to be the perfect shell for Palpatine, because Snoke is really Palpatine's apprentice, or Snoke is just a failed clone of Palpatine.
Or Snoke is Palpatine.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's just
that's how Palpatine survived. Is Snoke is
his projection or some shit. Yeah,
or just a clone that didn't come to fruition. Like, he's just stuck in that mode.
And the reason why Kylo Ren keeps going after Rey is because he thinks Rey is another assassin. He thinks that if I kill Rey, I'll be strong enough to kill Snoke, so I can be the hero now. Not the hero. So I can be the Sith Lord.
Sith Lord, yeah.
And all the other shit. And
you can even just turn around and be like, I sense how strong her connection to the Force is. So if I can take her out, that's ultimate proof.
Yeah. And
she's untapped. She don't even know how close she is.
and the crazy shit is Palpatine is so concerned with trying to get Kylo Ren to the point where he can put his consciousness, because for this is 100% fact, he's strong enough to withstand this. He doesn't even see Rey. And then when Rey gets thrown in the mix, this is where Palpatine's like, hold on, wait. This bitch is naturally stronger than Kylo Ren? Like, she's naturally stronger in the Force because she's closest to the light side. So she's a better shell. Why is she a better shell? She's one of my clones that got away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, now we have the dynamic there. We have Finn, who was tested on and given some of the Force to see if his body can hold it. Rey, who is Darth Vader's kin and is strong enough in the Force to withstand the transfer. No, I'm saying
Okay.
Kylo Ren. He's strong enough to withstand the transfer of Palpatine. And Rey, who is basically another canon of Palpatine. So now we have 3 subjects that Palpatine can transfer to. And let's say that there's not much time left for Palpatine because he went through all of his clones and all other shit, and he needs one of them. And now it went from they're trying to kill each other, and Finn is trying to save Rey because Rey doesn't know how strong she is, but Rey knows. But Finn has the instincts of a stormtrooper. He has the instincts of a kid that never had a family, and he's just trying to keep his family. Kylo Ren is fighting his own demon of the dark side. Rey is she's standing up for something because she didn't have anything, and she's learning her way. And now it's like, oh shit, this is when it comes to fruition. What we got to protect each other because Palpatine's the real threat. And then you have the Knights of Ren, who's be inquisitors and bad motherfuckers going after them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that would have been crazier of a story because now we have to pay attention to everything, and everything matters.
Yeah, dude, again, that would have been fucking phenomenal. But they chose not to do. I mean, we've given them so many avenues that they could have done. If you're not going to stick to what George did, do the new shit then. Do something new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, George was supposed to. It depending on who you read and what you read, he was either gonna go into the wills and what metachlorians are and all like really weird shit, or this next trilogy was supposed to focus on the kids of Leia, Luke, and Han, and there was supposed to be 2 new. Darth Maul was supposed to be the big bad, and he had his own new apprentice that was supposed to be the new Darth Vader. But it was I gotta see if I can find a picture of who it would have been had they had followed. Which, I mean, that fucking makes even more sense. Like, well, I don't know why you just wouldn't follow what he had planned out.
Yeah.
You already had it planned. Just do the fucking plan.
And this goes back to the whole writer strike where it's like, yo, listen, I'm not saying they shouldn't get their money. Do your thing. You know, you work hard, you get your money, all that other stuff. But boy, do I want to see some motherfucking good shows. You know what I'm saying? I want to see some good shows. I want to see some good motherfucking better shit than we be getting. You have time to think of shit. You got time to write shit down. You can't say there's no more rush. You know? Who's this? Like, if we went on strike and I would have been on some, yo, not for nothing, we could fix this. How you want to fix it? Rewrite the script of whatever. Wow, yada, yada, yada. Yo, this is what we're doing. All right, we settle on a deal. Yo, I think if we did this to this show, it would be better. You know, something shit like that. But that's just well wishes.
I honestly think that if you're writing for a Lucasfilm or Disney or a big corporation, that's where we see the worst shit because they got too many cooks and too many executives in their ear. We need to put this, we need to put that. instead of just letting them build an organic show. Where if you have nobody button in, you get shows like I just watched over the weekend, Warrior Nun. That show turned out to be a fucking good show.
What show is that on? But which?
It's on Netflix.
Okay.
That show turned out to be a good fucking show. And you could tell that there wasn't like outside influence based on what the fuck happened in it. One Piece, which is something I wanted to get into. A live action adaptation of a Japanese anime. Great, great fucking adaptation. I've never even seen the anime One Piece. Because back in the time it was either One Piece or Fairy Tail. That was the two shows. And you picked one. I picked Fairy Tail. And I'm a Fairy Tail fan. Fairy Tail's good.
It is, but it's like you also had to choose because if not, yeah, it's too much.
It was too there's over 150 episodes of each or some shit. Like it's a fucking ridiculous number of episodes for each of the shows.
One Piece has, I want to say, it's almost a few hundred episodes that you're into.
Like it's fucking crazy.
No.
But this adaptation was done with people who loved the show, people who understood the show, people who knew where to take inspiration from, where to step back, like where to put in the goofiness, where to make it more serious in tone. And it all hinges on the lead actor, the guy who plays Monkey D. Luffy. That kid, fucking pitch perfect. I don't think you could have found a better person to play Luffy. His performance alone makes that show worth watching. If you're a fan of One Piece, even if you're not a fan of One Piece. Like that's how good that show was. I was hooked. Dude, the middle of the first episode, I text my boys like, yo, I don't know anything about One Piece, but this Netflix show is fucking fire. I'm loving it.
I didn't know what it was, so I didn't know what to watch or anything like that. That's why I was like, I'm not even gonna try this shit.
No, it's good. It definitely, because I did watch the anime, and it legit, it has so many of the actual elements of the anime that was like, this is well done. Because it's scary when you see, oh, we're gonna do a live action. It's like, how are they gonna ruin this? And it has every type of the feel that you would want of a live action version of the anime. Like,
yeah. And it felt like there wasn't any interference.
Nope.
The writers and the showrunner and the director were allowed to put in as much information as they wanted to put in. And check this out, the CG was just good enough and just believable enough to keep you inside that world.
Yeah.
Without throwing you out of it, because it is ridiculous. It is,
but it's like, still like you're able to have that disbelief.
Yeah, because they did such a good job with it.
Yeah.
And the makeup, the physical practical costume design is the best, some of the best work I've seen.
Yeah.
I don't know, forgot what that dude's name is, but the fish dude who was running shit.
Oh,
in Nami's town?
Fuck. I forgot his name. But I know exactly who you're talking about, yeah.
His prosthetics, you can't see a scene. It's fucking pitch perfect.
Yeah.
They got everything right.
Yeah.
And this is from a guy who doesn't even know. If I think they got everything right, imagine if you're a fan of the show.
Yeah, no, it definitely, again, that was what I was worried about. And also, I looked up the number just to see 1,071 episodes of this anime. Jesus. So if you're enjoying this live action and you're like, I kind of want to watch the anime now, good luck. Because now that I think I'm on like, because I haven't finished it. I want to say I'm on like 700 by that point.
I haven't finished Fairy Tail either.
So it's like it just keeps going. But based off just again seeing this version of the live action, so much great. The cast choice is great for it. Like, Monkey legit, it's like it feels just like it. And I'm like, they almost got it too perfect. I'm like, this is interesting. Now it's like I kind of want more. Because it's like, damn, 10 was kind of too short. We need more.
Yo, you know what's funny? Unlike, and again, John Cho is a great actor, and for Spike, I think he's a good choice for the acting of Spike.
Yeah.
But you could tell he's not a fucking martial artist. The director here was like, yo, when we cast people, they have to have some sort of martial art background. They have to have some sort of fight background for when we do the scenes. Because not one person who fights in this show feels like they can't fight, and they just Liam Neeson together edit a fight scene.
Yeah.
Like you're looking like, oh no, that's the actor doing the fucking move.
Yeah. Because it would have been horrible, if especially like Zorro did not know how to fight. Because it's like that needs to be able to be.
By the way, this is an artist rendering of what Darth Maul's apprentice would have looked like.
That would have been cool. That would have been cool.
Show it again. Yeah, that would have been dope.
Yeah, that would have been cool. But yeah, I'm looking forward to see what they do next. I hope. Well, the problem is now with all this, we're kind of not going to be able to get anything like that for a long time.
For a while.
So
Yeah.
whatever
Everything
we're
gets
able
pushed back.
to get a season 2, I'm looking forward to it. Like it's they did good.
See, so to bring into the writer strike, this is why the writers deserve to strike if they're not getting treated right. Because when they're let loose to create what they want to create, you get shows like One Piece.
Yeah.
You get shows like Warrior Nun, which Warrior Nun you would think it's a stupid ass show. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch it when it first came out because my dad watched it. And me and Toe know if my dad likes something, it's probably shit.
Yeah.
And again, the first episode, I was hooked.
I gotta give it that.
Within the first episode, I was hooked.
I gotta give it that a shot because it sounds interesting enough that it's like I just have to. It's curiosity now. It's like Warrior Nun. Like it's. I gotta give it a shot.
I'm telling you, this is rare. It's rare that I like something that's bad. Because even Malignant, we make fun of the fact that I like that movie Malignant. But Malignant knows what it is.
Yeah.
It's not bad because it sucked. Like it knows it's trying to be that movie. Where it's like it's the B movie, like this is on purpose dumb. And not just dumb because it doesn't work. Like
yeah. I still don't get that movie, but it is what it is. Like I saw it twice and I still didn't get the fuck they were trying to do. But it's all good.
Dude, I don't know. It connected with me, man. I don't know why. You know what it is? I think it's because I figured it out beforehand.
Okay. So see, that's what I like movies that it's like sometimes that I could just already understand it. Like it's like, okay.
Oh, yeah, I don't think you know the story, Ray.
No.
When I first watched Malignant, I was sitting in the living room.
Okay.
Toes in his room, doing whatever.
Okay.
And about halfway through, the bad guy runs down the hallway. You know that scene where, like, I think it's like the first time he shows up and kills the dude in the bathroom? He runs down the hallway. And I noticed how the arms were moving. I paused the video, ran into Toe's room, and was like, yo, Vin, it's not going to make any sense. But I think this dude is in the back of her head controlling the body backwards. And he looked at me like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, I just got to tell you in case I'm right. And I went back and watched the rest of the movie. I was like, yo, I'm right.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you watch our movie rewards award show, and I did the Malignant run, it was difficult to run backwards, forwards while next to somebody.
Yo, if you go back to when we used to do reviews and you watch my review of it, the whole time I have Vin on his bed looking at me doing the review, and I can just feel him going, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't understand any words you're saying right now.
Yeah, and then when we watched it, we used to have the movie podcast. We watched it, and me and Show like, what the fuck is going on here? But
then he turns into John Wick at the end, which is fucking hilarious.
Yeah. But yeah, all right. So getting back to comics, is there any comic news? or anything? Because I know there's a bunch of stuff that's been delayed further because of the.
So the whole bunch of delays. We might not get Daredevil until 2025 now.
Yeah.
Still to come out this year. Loki is done. It's coming out.
Yeah.
The Marvels we know is coming out. Cap 4 is done. So that I don't know if it's if they're gonna keep their same release date or if they're gonna move it based on how long the strike goes. But that's in the can. That's done. Echo's still gonna drop all at once. I think in November.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's done.
All right. So that's
There's a
done.
new
All right.
rumor. Yeah, there's a new rumor that Josh Hartnett is being tagged to play Doctor Doom.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, okay, that's interesting.
Interesting. I don't know if I would have went with that.
It's well, it's not confirmed. It's one of those where it's like they asked, but it's like I kind of hope he
But you
says
know
no.
what? Here's
Wait,
the thing, though.
you said Josh Hartnett?
Josh Hartnett. He was in that movie Hollywood Homicide with Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
He was in The Faculty, that horror movie with the all the teachers were aliens and shit. He was in H2O, Halloween H2O, Jamie Lee Curtis's son in that movie.
That's what I said. It's like
Penny Dreadful. Like here's my thing, right? I'm looking at this as that dude. Yep.
Yeah, no.
But hold on.
Not for Dr. Doom.
I'm looking at this as this is somebody's Heath Ledger Joker moment.
Maybe
Like if he could show up and just nail Dr. Doom in the same way that Heath nailed Joker, we have something. But yo, I'm gonna say it again like I was teasing all day yesterday. Marvel has not missed on a casting choice yet. Tell me when I'm telling lies. So I'm gonna trust Marvel until they prove to me that they can't fucking cast anymore.
Hey, they gave us Selma Hayek, so we can't argue. They let Selma Hayek.
Selma Hayek say Thanos.
Thanos.
Yeah, it's. I'm still mad that she died so quickly, but hey.
Well, I mean, she was only a healer. Like that's why nobody plays healers in video games.
But come on, man, it's Selma Hayek. You couldn't just let us have
Word. Kill the fucking guy, the Superman guy.
Yeah, don't.
You flew off into the
Yeah, but
sun.
kill him twice then.
Kill him twice so we could keep Selma Hayek.
Right?
It's also I wonder how many people were surprised that the guy named Icarus is dying that way.
Yeah.
Like,
Flying too close to the sun.
That's a little on the nose, if you ask me.
It makes sense, but it's like, if anything, if you don't understand that logic, it's like, come on.
But in all honesty, we can't make fun of Lay's favorite movie. So out of respect for Lay,
Exactly.
I think on a scale of 1 to 10, when we rated it, didn't Ray say like 11.2? Sorry, Lay.
Yeah, I did not give it 11.2.
No, yeah, you guys gotta differentiate your names a little bit.
Word.
My bad.
Stop fucking around, Ray. But yeah, shit. And
there's also a cool thing from the comic book standpoint where Johnny Storm and Jesus Christ, Johnny Blaze and Wolverine has teamed up, and Johnny has let the spirit of vengeance actually into Wolverine. So Wolverine is now what the fuck what do they call it? The Helverine.
Oh shit.
He's a new Ghost Rider right now at the moment. Claws and all.
Oh man, I need to. Damn, can we get a cartoon of that?
Right?
Like that would be a cool ass cartoon to see. Damn.
That would be a cool ass cartoon.
Like imagine that, like getting a full cartoon of that. Like Disney Plus, if you want to do something, do that. Like That's your cartoon right there. Like, damn, that would be cool to see. Like, which reminds me, I still got to finish Midnight Suns.
The game?
Yeah, I have not finished that game yet.
Yo, that game is fucking awesome, bro. What are you doing?
I legit got it for Christmas, played it for like a month, and then just left it there.
Dude, I couldn't stop playing. Once I figured out the combat system,
Yeah.
I couldn't stop playing.
I'm gonna have to
Like,
figure
I
it out
had to
again
stop
because now I
myself so I
forgot.
wouldn't go through the game so quick.
Yeah, I legit forgot the whole fucking system by now, so I have to get back into it. Oh, that's fucking cool. That's fucking cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, damn. I'm gonna have to read that comic because that looks cool.
It's like fucking Punisher and Wolverine as Ghost Rider. That's some shit.
Yo, the your boy Cyclops, another one of Lay's favorite. He's actually was captured and doing some shit coming out of whatever the hell, the X-Men Gala or the hell, whatever the fuck big event they're doing.
Yeah.
And he's actually now codenamed Prisoner X.
Cyclops?
And they're doing some shit with him now.
Shit.
Yeah, so even though I'm not reading, I'm keeping tabs for every once in a while for shit that's cool. Like Knight Rider. Jesus Christ. Fuck's wrong with me? Nightcrawler.
Okay.
He's a new Spider-Man.
Really?
Yeah.
Which is kind of like, how does that work?
Yeah, because it's really.
I mean, he has all the power. He can walk on walls. Instead of swinging, he can teleport. Like, I mean, he can do it.
True.
I'm not too sure why the fuck he's doing it, but you know, because if the comic book landscape needs one thing, we all can agree that there is not enough Spider-Men or Batmen running around.
Of course. Of course.
I think they only have between them. I think they only have active currently 552 running comic lines, and that's not enough. Like that's way too short. I mean, compared to Captain America, who's only got 4, like what are we doing? If Cap has 4, how would you limit Batman and Spider-Man only to a combined 542?
Yeah, step it up, people. Stop fucking around.
We need more. We need more. We need to see Uncle Ben die 682 times more. And then we gotta see the parents go another 1,077.
My favorite superhero is Jesus Christ himself, our Lord and Savior. Well, you know something? We know that Jesus Christ is real because we called on him about 12,000 times on the way home yesterday. And he showed up in the form of torture.
Oh, man.
What's going on, Krills?
What's going on, Krills? Did you try the ayahuasca on your way to Florida, Krills? Did you just take that before going on the plane?
On the way to the Florida.
To the Florida, yeah. We're gonna just say the before everything.
Yeah, the Brooklyn, the Florida.
This is what we do.
Bahamas.
See, no, it fits there, so it's like you just say Bahamas.
Oh no, because I'm gonna put it in everywhere it does fit. Just
the Florida Keys.
Oh man.
Yo, I'm telling you, the gas stations down there are popping. The gas stations down there are like Targets. You got to be dressed up to go down there.
Wait, where the fuck you got to be dressed up to go to a Target?
Yo, you ever been to a Target? You ever been to Target late at night? Everybody dressed up.
No.
Yeah, I went there once when it was about to close. I saw these bitches wearing some dresses and shit. I was like, what the fuck?
Wait.
Yo, I only go to Target right as it opens, so I can get the fuck out quick.
Wait, so this you know why they're there at that time and why they're just. It's not because they're at Target. It's just to be able to get. We're not gonna talk about it on the podcast. We're gonna keep going.
I hear you, but it's like shit.
That is a tone the show conversation.
Yeah. No, but yo, people. I was wearing the Hulk Hogan tank top.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there with a Arizona iced tea, waiting for Krills, because we had a Tesla, so the car was charging, and people were looking at me, and I'm looking back at them, and in my head I was like, "Yeah, I'm mad in New York right now." Everybody was rocking some shit, looking all. I'm like, I'm just chilling here waiting for my nigga. I don't know what y'all niggas doing, but realest nigga out here rocking a Hulk Hogan shirt. All y'all motherfuckers is fake. See me, come see me. I didn't get tight though. That's how you know I matured as a human being. 'Cause back in the day, I'd have got tight. Like, what y'all niggas looking at? You want to fight me? All 1,700 of y'all versus me? It's not fair for you. But
It's just
yeah,
somehow I get a call. Ray, you were supposed to be here. I got my
word.
ass jumped by
Where the
fucking
fuck
20 of
was
them.
you at, Ray? You from the Brooklyn? You supposed to be on my side. You should have FaceTimed me like, yo, don't you fucking touch him.
See, what happened is I told them on site, but me and Cap figured out it is now
Yeah. It's on
it's on
coordinates.
coordinates. This is now what you got to do.
Damn, I missed the best
You hear
parts
that
of
whole
these
rant?
conversations yesterday, huh?
You got to
Yo,
rewatch
go
it.
back and watch the show.
Rewatch it. Me and Cap figured it out. This is what Eddie Kingston was trying to say. Was on coordinates.
Yeah, because he wasn't talking about on site. He was talking about not on site as in the first time I see you. It was on site as this is the site of the arena that we're gonna fight in. The fisticuffs will be held in this general area. And as customary, as we know, as now that Eddie Kingston has showed us, as customary, if you have beef with one person that's in a group, when you declare on site, you must first, as just a custom and just as something to ingratiate yourself and show respect, you must go fuck up somebody else in the group first before you head over to the person you actually have the beef with.
Exactly.
You have to beat them first sight.
Yeah, first site on everyone else. Then at the particular site you have agreed on, you'll then fight the person you said you were going to fight.
Yeah,
it's on site for them. It's at site for you.
Yep.
When we meet at the site we located.
Yep.
You know what it is? He was watching Rambo First Blood, and he got stuck with I didn't draw First Blood, they did. So that's what it is. He's got to wait for that team to hit him, get out of the way, and then now that I have been jumped into your gang, I can go after the leader.
Now that this shit is real, it's on
Now
GPS.
it's on.
Come on over. Come on over.
Come on over.
What's that Heavy D song? It's like, now that we found a problem, what are we gonna do?
Now that we found a site, when are we gonna fight for this?
Or it's actually more. It's more like now that we found a site, I'm gonna go fight this guy and then come for you. Show me where he went straight after the dude he was supposed to fight.
Never.
Every fucking thing.
Never. Ever. He had beef with Jericho. They're in a cage. There is nowhere he can go, and you fight everyone else. They didn't touch each other. He threw Sammy Guevara off the cage.
I was gonna say I thought he would have had problems with Sammy because he legit went after Sammy most of the time.
Well, I mean, shit. After the whole debacle with throwing Jericho off the first time, and they're turning around going, "Yo, we need to make this a little more real." I guarantee you, Jericho's like, "I'm not it."
Yep.
It's like, "Yo, Sammy, you're the youngest one. You can bounce back."
Sammy was like, "Oh, it's gonna hurt."
No, Sammy was like, "This is what I do. I don't wrestle."
You know, that reminds me of some dude. We were walking around top deck, me and this other Spanish dude, but I was in the service on my ship. And we're walking around, and they're making us do the dumbest thing. And I'm like, yo, why the fuck are they making us do this? It's like half of our ship is civilian. Have the fucking civilians do this. Like the merchant marines. This is their fucking job. And he looks at me and is like, well, you know, you got to break a few eggs to make an omelet. And I was like, yeah. But why the fuck do they always try to make a Spanish omelet?
That's true. Motherfuckers, you gotta break a few eggs and make an omelet. Well, motherfucker, you hungry? You also gotta the chicken gotta lay the eggs to break them.
Yeah, I heard omelet. I didn't hear huevos rancheros.
Shit, fucking bitch. But I mean, we went through everything already.
I was gonna say, I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Well, also they put out a few new comics for the 30th anniversary of Power Rangers. Those actually look cool.
Oh, yeah.
They had
They're
a
doing
comic
that.
for Power Rangers?
Yeah, they have a bunch of comics from Boom.
Yo, I think I don't know if this is the same one, but there's a line of comics for the Power Rangers. It's actually like gritty.
Yeah.
Like it's more akin to like the Ninja Turtles comic, and not the fucking TV
That's
show.
what people wanted. Like that's what people were clamoring for because the Shattered Grid gave a darker side of comics, and they were like, "This is what we want. We could Netflix, please pick this up." And then nope. Now we're getting the last season of Power Rangers allegedly on Netflix. Like they just announced, they showed the trailer and everything. This is the last official season of Power Rangers.
You see,
Wait, this is a Netflix original. This the last season?
No, the original was the Once a Ranger, but now they're doing like what got picked up from the Nickelodeon series, and this is this is the last season of Power Rangers coming up.
Jesus Christ! After this is like the 40th version of Power Rangers, right?
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah,
and this is the last season.
But this is the danger, right, of these shows is we watch them as kids, and then we want them to mature with us.
Yeah.
Without realizing that no, this is supposed to be for kids the entirety.
Yeah.
And the new Power Rangers shit is not for us anymore. It's for the next kid.
Yeah.
Who doesn't know the original? They only know this shit.
And that's the sad part because when I watched the special they did on Netflix, and I was like, okay, yeah, this did not grow up at all. And it's like, I don't think it's supposed to. At the same, it sucks because it's like as you get older, you start to realize, yeah, this was this is hard to watch now as an adult. It doesn't age better with time. Like you can watch the Ninja Turtles and have no problem. You watch this and you're like, yeah, no.
Superman is not here.
It's not here. No, it's not here. Like that's what I'm looking forward to the film that JDF did before he passed, The Legend of the White Dragon. Which that's another thing that just keeps getting pushed back. We're never gonna see that movie.
That's the one fucking movie that I saw that like even before he died.
Yeah.
I saw the trailer to that. I was like, that one I might check out.
Yeah. It should be good. Like it legit is gonna be a grittier Power Rangers. The problem is, even before he died, they pushed it back years. And now it's like we had a date. It was supposed to be out legit next week. The 11th, it would have been out. No update. Like, we have no update. So, I have no clue what they're going to do with that.
That's racist. And George
White Tiger would have been.
I was gonna say George Lucas. What's his name? James Gunn. He put out more information on the Zombie Collective or the Voodoo Loops.
Creature Commandos?
Yeah, Creature Commandos. Did he?
Probably. I'm not. When it comes to like the DCU and what James Gunn's gonna do, I'm not listening to anything he's saying because until the writer's strike fucking ends, all that shit is mute.
Let me see what because
he really can't do anything until this shit gets resolved.
Apparently, he says it's still actively in development despite the ongoing strikes. He wrote it's animated, so it's separate from the strikes. We're working on it.
Yeah, video game and voice animations are not under SAG rule.
Yeah.
Certain actors, certain actors are SAG actors who do it, and they can't do anything about it. But if you're specifically video game and animation, you could still work. They're not on strike right now.
Okay, so
wait, they can't voice act it, or they can voice act it?
If they're SAG, you possibly cannot.
If you're a voice actor, you can act in it. If you're a SAG actor, I don't think you can.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
so if you're
basically
like
telling
if
you
you're like
Acting
Samuel L.
and video game
Jackson,
acting are two different things.
so if you're like Samuel L. Jackson doing a voice, you can't do it.
No, yeah, he's out. He would have to be out.
But if you're
But
if you're Mark Hamill or the guy who played Batman,
No, but
if
like,
you're Kevin Conroy, yeah, you're fine.
yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like Mark Hamill would probably be SAG though, so I don't think we get.
Yeah,
We can,
I think he
I don't think we'll get Mark Hamill in it, but like, just anyone that just does strictly voice would be good to go.
okay,
We'll wait and see. We'll see how that goes because
yeah,
I feel like it's still gonna get affected somehow because just for
shits and giggles.
yeah.
But I mean, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it's your friendly neighborhood knuckleheads signing out. Peace, everybody. May the force be with you.
always.